Fallen is the king of train when he plays good. The problem is inconsistency. You can't be the king now and then. You've got to be the king always, right?
Well, yeah, the king stay the king, I think is the saying.
Yeah.
Gonna be the start of it here. The pistol round coming up.
Knife,
Gen.G.
knife.
Oh yeah, the knife.
Knife aside. Right. The third map. Show me the knife. Let's cycle the knives. I want to see who's got the best knife.
Are we ever gonna at any point in time?
Ooh. Yeah.
Do you know all the currencies?
Currencies?
Or the value of it?
Oh, the knives?
I've lost track of the knives.
I suppose roughly. I don't really like track the prices or so on, but you know, I'm an enthusiast. I'll say. Som's got the best knife. He's the youngest player. His knife is worth at least $4,000, and he's like 17 years old, man.
That's not bad. Not bad at all. What's the most valuable skin that you have?
I don't know. I sold my Dragon Lore and my Howl for watch funds because I thought I had to sacrifice something nice to buy something nice. So now,
that makes sense.
Probably I have a Ruby Bayonet stat track, which is probably.
How much would you have to sell now to get the music kit?
Oh, moving swiftly on. Unfortunately, Anders, there's no time to talk about that because the pistol round is live. No P250s for MIBR. They've got one man with grenades. That is Fallen. Why you know P250, man? All these long channels from trains to trains, like, use it. It's there to be used. It's there to win you rounds.
I fully agree. Get a bit close with the Glock here at least. Nice recovery from Bented. Reload. I can't believe he got that close to actually getting it, but Gen.G will finally shut him down. The bomb, though, is trapped down there. And now it's a 1 versus 2. Som with all the health, though, and Gen.G, he spotted it out. He definitely saw that. A little bit awkward for Som, and he's going to get for the headshot. That's incredible. Boom. They were both very low on health.
Yeah, that was doable. It really was, but it didn't happen. MIBR will take the pistol. Now, what will Gen.G choose to do? Som's dropped a scout to Bentet, so there'll be a double scout situation. Automatic won't have Kevlar with his, though.
Fully agree on the P250 as well in those pistol rounds. I almost don't see the downside of doing it, at least on one player.
Yeah. Everyone's aiming for the head, so do 4 of your players need Kevlar, really, when one player could drop 2 P250s, especially when only one guy's buying grenades. I think it's...
Yeah.
For me, it's inexcusable.
So I'm sneaking a bit close there to Taco. They do have actually a fair bit to fight back with here, Gen.G. I don't think MIBR should be underestimating this round. Going to go for essentially a 3-man peek there in a very narrow gap. And no one getting tagged by the scout just yet. Fur the only one to take any damage in T main. And they're trying to see if they could maybe get a bit close, both the B players there, to see if they can rotate into A really quickly if need be. I don't know, Bomb is now making his way into main as well. Let's see what they end up doing here. Still a minute on the clock, though. How many grenades? They don't actually have that many grenades. Maybe a couple of smokes, but I think some of this fight is going to be happening in front of these smokes, right?
Yeah.
I think going to land behind Kuster and Automatic.
Just the one Molotov, which could be handy to get towards Sandwich at the very least. It's pretty straightforward to throw that from the right corner of where Fur is. So I don't like these rounds when MIBR run the clock down so low because the clock is to their advantage. But this is pretty reasonable. They've got 30 seconds as they move into the A-bomb site. So there's time for error correction. Automatic trying to survive, which he won't because Fallen has position. We've got 1 CT around the bomb train. 20 seconds left. They're trying to plant the bomb. There's not quite cover from that ladder position. You can see Gen.G bursting through, but not in time. Daps left alone now at 1 versus 3. They were all tagged, but the Krieg will be enough. 3 plays, 5 for MIBR.
What a great start. I mean, they actually didn't throw the smokes anywhere near like I thought. They threw them, you know, way further back and not trying to cover the entirety of that A yard. And I think the benefit of that is Gen.G didn't have enough to hide behind, right?
Yeah.
So that actually worked out pretty well. They took a bunch of the fights before the smokes really went down. 5-0 right now for both Fallen and Gen.G. So that's probably a pretty good start. They're also the only ones with any kills right now at MIBR, starting in the 3rd round. Got a single flashbang on Som, and he's already used it. Not even for the team. Maybe trying to scare them into that stack with a single flashbang seems unlikely.
There's a smoke grenade which I saw from one of the teams. I don't remember yet. I'm going to have to go back and look at demos on the B bomb site. A B player CT smoke, which I hope we see in this game. Basically, it goes to the top of the ramp into lower B. So if anyone tries to make any aggressive play or any fast play into the B-bomb site, the CTs have basically a one-way smoke as the Ts come out, which is really strong, really thwarts fast plays from the T side. So I would like to see it picked up by more teams now. MIBR on anti-eco territory. So far, so good.
I remember you were telling me about this.
Yeah.
I kind of want to see it as well.
Yeah, it's super easy to line up. If we see a B player headed that way, then I'll explain it.
All right. Fur having a very good time. The second bullet to the face will have done it. Bentet can't do much else from this range. And he will go down. So 3-0 in favor of MIBR. And starting on the T side of Train, that's got to be considered a pretty big win, right?
That MAC-10 could have actually been useful for when you have like an MP9 in ladder, maybe to squeeze out more grenades and so on.
Oh,
There could have been some utility there. It's not as accurate though. It's unreliable in comparison in terms of the spray and so on, but never mind. Wasn't an ideal situation to try and save it, but I think there was more value in trying to save it than there was in getting a $300 kill with the USP there.
Small detail, but Fallen has a Galil, and there are two people on the CT side that don't have head armor. Normally that's a sacrifice that, you know, it's not going to be that bad, but if it happens that Fallen is the one to take a fight versus one of those two, it could be a little bit awkward. Because normally you don't really think about it, but if that's the one time you catch a bullet to the face and you lose the fight, that's really not going to be that great. Kusta in front of the smoke. I don't know if they realize they're crouching on through, and they definitely saw that coming. Man, with a good opening here. First kill of the map for him.
I think there was a chance to get a flash into that smoke from a teammate since he would be ahead of it. Automatic won't. He might not realize that there was a second player there at old bomb already, and there we go. There's a trade because they lost so much position, and the bomb would be planted in the meantime on the B bomb site.
Oh no, this is a really, really bad start all of a sudden for Gen.G. Trying to save the AWP at the very least. Bentet gets spotted and gets absolutely shut down. Again, Fallen and Gen.G have not died either one of them. There's 6 and 7 kills respectively.
That's crazy. On the T side of Train. We've seen, I think, of the teams that I've seen play CT Train so far, only Cloud9 have been proactive with pop flashes towards Ivy in the mid game and the late game when there's a chance that there's a lurker. We've seen dry peaks and so on, or angles being held by CTs, but only a few teams have I seen go for like a proactive pop flash play there. I mean, there is a chance if he swings through that smoke, then there's enough smoke near the corner to blind him a little bit, but why not? I think it was free. Automatic was around the Train. I mean, there is a risk, of course, to pull that flash out, but
yeah,
if you have a chance, then there's little downside there, I think.
What a rough beginning for Gen.G, who, again, looking phenomenal on map number 1. Looked super competitive in spite of everything on Vertigo. Probably could have won that map with if just a couple of things had worked out in their favor. They were given all the chances and didn't capitalize on it, so it's really more or less their own fault. But here on Train, the beginning is so good for MIBR. I'm already starting to get a bit scared for Gen.G and their hopes, because they're going to need, again, they're going to need that AWP to be up and running, and they're going to need a lot of grenades to try and stop MIBR from doing some of these early plays. Doesn't look like that's going to happen right now. Daps is close with the CC, and inside of the bomb sniper is automatic with the deagle. Always love automatic deagling. Oh,
very nice from Daps. Now, if he can stay alive in that high ground, that's a real problem as MIBR try to make something from this round, but he'll swing from upper and get taken up by Fur. Fur and Taco remain now. 3 pistols and a rifle for the remainder of the squad. That bomb's in no man's land. Won't be retrieved before that smoke by connector goes.
And there is a flank as well. Kusta is actually right behind them, so looking very, very winnable at the moment for Gen.G. Gotta respect the fact that they're not really fighting it or peeking, except for Kusta, and that's a straight headshot to take down Taco. But the rest of these 3 players inside of the bomb side, a lot of discipline to not overextend and try and fight too early. Fur out in the middle of nowhere here, and he's getting flanked from behind. He knew it as well. Good couple of kills for automatic in that round, and Gen.G, a bit of a gift coming their way.
Yeah, that frag upper was so important by Daps.
Yeah.
No one close enough to trade it or really try and retake the position. And when you're making plays, you've got players in the site itself. It's so awkward for the T's if that guy upper stays alive. And even getting taken down, they had enough position once Daps has been eliminated. I do wonder now if Daps will throw that smoke I was talking about. Doesn't look like it. Opting to hold on to the smoke for longer as well is something players will do towards B, especially if they're playing B solo, which is most people. But I'll make a video of it anyway. It's definitely a good one. If you have a read that the early smoke is of importance, then
it's always fun because if that becomes a popular smoke, right? It's fun to see how the meta will change around that. Because it'll obviously be good for a while. You'll have a period in time where it just increases in value, and then people start to realize, okay, wait a minute, something is going on. See, just because you brought that up, it worries me that Daps would be playing a lone B with the ping that he has. That just seems like a bit of a tall order.
Better be on point with his communication then.
Yeah.
So indeed, he is playing the long game with the smoke, trying to hold on to it for as long as possible. So the CTs can have those late smokes to thwart the plans of a T side later on. Two-man set up towards Ivy. Got automatic holding an angle and...
Wow. Taco's just inside of it. Almost looked like they might just come through with no warning. And for Daps, I think he's bringing in Kusta right now, and he's trying to just book it there to get there with the Krieg in time to help out. They're all waiting for him. Surprised that Daps is even still alive, and he'll go down. They were going to try and come for him no matter what. Nice shot from Kusta, but the jump will take him down. That's a nice shot from Fallen. He's on point in this match. 8-1 so far, and the Molotov will keep two people away. I don't think there's any point in going for this.
Exploitation play by MIBR. The side plant, they have the entire train yard, and you can see MIBR is miles away looking to eliminate saving players.
Honestly, they should do that more. If they realize Daps is going to be alone there in the beginning a lot, I would definitely try and exploit that if I could.
Abusing that lower smoke gives more reason to use the one that goes upper.
That is true.
Yeah. So we first got the footsteps, and now the sandwich will begin.
They have Molotovs. They can actually burn them out in the corner. Oh no. Just a little bit of a shoulder peeking there. Molotov in, and from the other side, Fer really wants this, but he's not going to get it. That's a pretty good hold out of Gen.G. I actually thought they were really trapped.
Did well to survive there, but the score is brutal, and the prospects don't look good in this first half. Very nice frag by Fallen, just waiting for someone to seek some info or look for a frag. Probably wasn't expecting it in that fashion, but any hole's a goal, as they say. Krieg's an AK with the AWP out for the T side. No Anders. 2 AWPs for Gen.G as they put 4 on the A bomb site once again. I might be looking to avoid initial grenades. You can see some late HEs there in main, so they've done well to not take any early damage. But Bentet will take position. CTs will often stop at this juncture. But this is to be expected. Fer will assume this area has been compromised until he knows otherwise.
Which is fine, right? Unless his three-man push down here at Ivy is suddenly going to call for him to try and help out. Then eventually he's going to have to try and clear it, which is a bit rough on your own, maybe. Especially with now 3 people actually holding this part of the map. So even if he could throw a grenade and try and force Bentet back, but he's going to just smoke it off, I'm assuming, if they Molotov it. Wallbang you could definitely do, but people don't usually try and clear it that way.
Yeah, the earlier game today I saw 1 wallbang attempt here.
Yeah, with the Krieg, I remember watching that as well, thinking that's...
super rare.
Yeah, it is rare for some reason.
The problem is, MIBR, they've lost a lot of time here, and they are going to have to make a play towards the A site, starting with 0 map control and 0 presence. Now we have K&G who's crept up Ivy, but this is to be expected. Kusta is facing time at the moment, but as the action comes in, Manny's got to turn around, and now there may indeed be problems for Gen.G.
Maybe a lot of problems. I can't believe Fer actually wins that fight. Som had the rifle out in time. Kusta, close range with the AWP. He's going to get the kill. What a nice flick to take down Taco. The bomb is being planted anyway, and they'll take down automatic. Kusta, could he add any more action in this round? He's already been surrounded, and finally Mayhem will come in and take him down. That's a nice shot as well. And somehow MIBR make that look so clean and easy, but I don't know. I still don't like that round, even with the victory.
Yeah, it's really, really nervous. And I feel like a lot of Brazilian teams at lower levels all play a similar style where they play very, very late into the choke points. MIBR don't do it as much as they used to, but it is nervous. I wasn't looking at the utility, actually, that was remaining to Gen.G in the late game, because when MIBR haven't really done anything significant in the round, if you have that late utility, if you have a smoke in main before they start to push, then what happens to that round? And that's something we might see in the remainder of this half. That said, it's 6-1 to MIBR. They're doing great so far.
I mean, the smoke that Bentet threw there in team lane, it went really far in.
Oh, how about this for a change of pace, though? Bentet trying to make his way towards ladder. So after a super slow run, they're playing a long game here. They're giving them evidence and playing against it now. Gen.G around the bomb train. He's got 2 for 1. That's fantastic.
Yeah, not even worrying about Ivy in that one. Automatic in Kusta with the 2 AWPs. A missed chance here for Automatic. Otherwise, maybe could have brought them back into it. Kusta also went down, so both of the AWPs are lost. And this MP9 not going to be inspiring a lot of confidence in this flashbacks coming in. Indeed, Fallen will get another kill. 10-1 for him right now.
So what we can see is that the play from the previous round was to play out over multiple rounds. They played as late as possible in the prior round. False sense of security for Gen.G, taking that running towards E-box and ladder, and then it goes from bad to worse to disastrous.
And also presumably knowing that in that previous round that they just played, there weren't going to be that many counter grenades. There weren't going to be, you know, a lot of Molotovs and HEs to be thrown into team main anyway. So pretty good gamble. Now there are 2 HEs coming this way. Gonna land a little bit further behind Fallen than I think they were expecting, so not really doing the damage at the moment.
Oh, timing! That's going for it.
Wow.
He will be barbecued. God, timing in CS. Ooh, Fallen just teased there. Taken out is Som by Gen.G. They spot one player by stop sign. Goes back and will be stopped, leaving Kusta alone in a 1 versus 5 on Eco. 8-1 for MIBR. We move on quickly from round to round.
I feel like, James, we're about to be vindicated.
I always knew they were going to win, Anders.
Yeah, we had no doubt.
Never in doubt.
The analysts, of course, on the couch. Foiled again.
Some are smart, some of them are fools, obviously.
Gen.G also with 11-3. So we even got that part right.
Yeah?
It's
great.
Online
We're just having a whale of a time here.
It's great news. Apart from the drone being lost, it's been pretty...
Yeah, I've been looking for it. I don't know, but I have like my little system here. I can play back and try and figure out where I was flying when I crashed.
Oh.
It's behind some of the screens, but I'm not really sure.
Like the black box.
Yeah,
from
exactly.
A plane.
Yeah. So I'm not sure if it's like, I don't know where it is, basically.
It's up there somewhere. Like I said, let's send Jason. He is
small. He's fun sized.
He's fun sized. Can we get the drone big enough we could fly him up there? Is that possible?
I mean, we could make it happen. Yeah. He might need to lose a few pounds, but we can do it.
Well, Jason, you heard the man.
MIBR with 4 rounds either side of Gen.G's solo representation on the scoreboard. Gen.G creeping around once again, trying to catch the CTs off guard. He sees some trajectory, avoids the flashbang, but Fallen gets taken out. And Gen.G almost will as well. Down to 12 HP, will fall back before they can revenge frag.
He was shot through the wall. He was all the way. He was trying to do the wall bang, and Automatic punished him for it. Oh, wow.
Again, Taco standing in the smoke. He might have half a second advantage. You'll hear Daps running away. Daps playing a dangerous game, a costly game.
He's still alive in spite of throwing that Molotov straight at the AWP. That is pretty bold. But now he's got some deep control. The smoke is down and they're all using this. What a great turnaround here. They just need to find Bentet, and they lost almost the entire team. Kusta's still out there. I actually love that turnaround. It's almost like they did it too quickly.
That's wild, man. Daps is having trouble on this B bomb site, that is for sure.
Yes.
The running away there is peculiar. It's almost like, oh my god, I shouldn't be here right now, or I don't know, really.
Yeah.
Sound cues. You never know. Taco creeping in a smoke now at least 2 times. It's been very costly, but indeed, Gen.G have a chance. They have a chance. Oh, he's just back going to see it. Gets to fire off some bullets. Automatic will deliver the kill and make sure he's dead as well, with some pistol shots just to make sure. Now, of course, MIBR have a full buy in the hole after their success. Now, this is an opportunity for Gen.G to change something. They probably should have lost this round, but they managed to win it. They've got some problems. Oh, that's a big one. Very, very nicely done indeed. Of course, the B-bomb site is real vulnerable. I do honestly wonder if they're going to start playing 2B at some point. At least for like the first 20 seconds or something. Seems we're considering it actually. Here we go. Automatic making his way towards B.
Well, might be the right choice as well. Taco going to go for a bit of a fight. Automatic is there. And that's the real difference, you know, having Automatic instead of Daps with the higher ping. Because if Daps is at that corner ready and waiting, then the peak is definitely going to favor Taco in that scenario. So, I'd like to see it.
Yeah, now Gen.G are telling MIBR, we have adjusted. We can't make those same plays anymore. But now it's like a guessing game and a big paper, rock, scissors, which I have to say Vertigo felt very paper, rock, scissors in how brittle it felt like the CT setups were and how aggressive they were every single round from both teams.
You say paper, rock, scissors?
I say all kinds of things.
Okay.
I know it's rock, paper, scissors, but the paper comes into my mind first, Matt.
I suppose it doesn't really matter, but it's all the same, isn't it? Curious. I was getting worried for a second. I was flooded with self-doubt, wondering if I'd been saying it wrong all these years, you know? It's all good, though. Ben's head has not been moving either when people have been shooting at him or when nothing's been happening. That's the most he's done really all round.
Oh, no.
He's just ice cold.
So still Gen.G with 2 players towards B. They know Fallen's making a lot of noise above ladder.
Gen.G.
Yeah, K&G is behind enemy line. Get the VHS out. No, never mind. Kusa on that DVD flex to take him out, but Som's been lost around. He's got 25 seconds to plant the bomb. The bomb falls to the ground towards teammate. And there's Fallen, the last one to drop, so to speak. 4 players survive for Gen.G. That's quite important to note. The 2 AWPs still in play. But now, MIBR have to read that automatic isn't going to be going towards a B bomb site every round. So I do wonder how things are how the climate will change towards the B bomb site for both teams.
Yeah, I would still like to see them try and speed that up a little bit more. Tricky for Daps to try and hold it, though. He does have the Krieg now at the very least, and 2 orbs once again here on the Gen.G side. Deagles being put into play from MIBR. And that 1 scout on Fallen, so yeah, a real chance right now for Gen.G to start to recover this first half as much as they can. I still think 8 rounds is obviously very good for MIBR no matter what happens here, but
if you have a good spawn towards B, or a good spawn, I guess, if you go towards B ramp, you can hear the T's running around the ladder area, which I think maybe Daps did on that occasion. Dropped a smoke grenade, raised the alarm, which is why automatic rotated early. And here we go, the numbers game, trying to plant the bomb at the very least. That's trying to deliver with this Krieg, but now that's been left in a place where the T's could try to get it.
There's a smoke and a Molotov on Taco, but surely the CTs are going to be saving at least the 1 smoke grenade for the eventual defuse. Nice shot there, taking down further. They still have another 2 smokes left. That's really worth keeping an eye on at the moment. Bentet with another one and a kit as well. So I think they are well aware of what could be lurking at the end of the round here. Som will get the 1 kill. Automatic does go down. Taco is waiting up here, but the bomb has already been smoked off, and he hears it. There's no point in even throwing the Molotovs, and he's going to try and see if he can just go straight for it. Bentet will take him down. Pretty good retake out of Gen.G.
You know what's interesting, but might sound completely crazy? If he put the molly like somewhere on the edge of the balcony, it may, depending on the angles the CTs were holding to cover the bomb plant, it may have made it harder for them to see him.
Oh yeah, that's
right?
true. Like the fire from it will burn up.
Yeah, so that would be like a really weird play to make, but I think maybe from most angles they'll see enough of his like chest and upper body to see him over it. But maybe someone tries that one day. Maybe in a different angle.
I don't really mind that idea. That could be really interesting.
Okay.
You could even pretend that you sort of failed it, right? You could be like, oh,
yeah.
do it early, and you're like, oh, failed, and then you actually almost walk into it, and that's not a bad idea. Got some Kriegs, aka AWP there on Fallen, but MIBR have at least been slowed down a little bit in their assault here in the first half. We'll see if this is enough to spring Gen.G back into it. Oh, Fallen's going to be winning the fight against Som. That's him creeping towards Pop Dog, and now Taco's taking up this position. Does see it. Should be calling him for backup. Surely Fur wants to try. No, he's not actually going to swing to do it. I thought maybe he would.
I was interested in how Gen.G would play the late game with grenades, assuming they kept everyone alive, but that's a pretty early frag for MIBR. And now Kusta, finally Kusta's on the AWP, and he's over towards that B bomb site. So we've got a 2-2 setup. Ivy looks vulnerable at present. Bentet's playing he's playing from sandwich or on top. So if they rotate beyond the smoke, he has an angle. Now if he zooms in again, they might hear him. So there's no proactive play to be had here from Gen.G, save for the information they have already. Unless automatic decides to go creeping. Daps is in trouble towards B, holding the upper area, has a quick peek, and they are swinging on the low ground. Kusa has activated, stereo frag to Gen.G, and they've turned things around quite nicely, considering that was a 4 versus 5.
Quite the defense up there. I actually thought maybe Kusta was going to try and run to throw a flashbang for Daps to peek up into those hallways, but he did just fine up there. Good work from Daps. 8-5 now. Gen.G another 2 rounds here, and it would be sort of a mini comeback in the first half. Would still leave them quite far behind, but definitely recoverable. Mayan slowing down a little bit from from playing on the previous map on Vertigo, which is understandable. Let's see, quick play coming up from Fur, leading the charge to the Mac 10. I think he bumped into the train.
Yeah, I think he was trying to avoid bumping into the grenade, which would have slowed it down a hell of a lot. Mayan, he does really good work with the Deagle, actually. It's one of his very, very notable weapons, is the Desert Eagle. No headshot required on that occasion. He's got himself a Krieg. He's alone, though. Just the 1 frag. So Gen.G, they're clawing some rounds back. This looked like a no-go, but they've got 5 rounds in a row, which they really desperately needed.
You get a sense sometimes, because they've just, 5 in a row. I mean, you get a sense sometimes you're almost thinking, like, why couldn't we just do this a little bit earlier? It's the fact that they went on a sort of what, an 8-1 run or something like that, MIBR, before Gen.G started really picking up rounds. So I don't know, like sometimes if I'm on a CT side like this, I was thinking like if we could have done this earlier, it would have been such a different game. But the fact that it's so late in the half just means still something. Ooh, running and shooting and taking down Taco. What a way to win that fight. Yeah,
Fallen managed to go down with no challenge in the previous round, which is maybe why Taco was so enthusiastic to do the same, but unfortunately the pressure of Fallen won't be good on this occasion for trying to focus on that ladder replay. As soon as he looks away though, Salt appears and takes him out. 5v3 now for Gen.G, the last round of the first half, and it goes from good to great as Fur is in a very bad position. He's got 2 HP versus 4 players. Going for the taps now, some spam with the CZ, looking for the trade fraggers, of which there are many. And Daps will finish him off. 7 rounds for Gen.G at halftime.
Yeah, what a victory! I mean, what a comeback for Gen.G. They were pretty much out of it. I actually thought that was going to be over way quicker. We were already celebrating a little bit. Hopefully not too soon, though. We'll see how it goes in the second half. That's going to be coming up after the break. So stay with us, and we'll be right back. right, here we go. We're back once again. Final half coming up, and I don't know. We were celebrating just a minute ago. MIBR pretty much crushing Gen.G. Now not so much.
Yeah, it's a dramatic turnaround. At one point, the score was 8-1. Then Gen.G won 6 rounds in a row.
Yes.
To finish out their CT side in a pretty good fashion, it must be said. A very big turnaround for them. It was looking like a landslide for MIBR, but they're still in it.
Yeah, still 2.56 odds there if you're going to put down with Gen.G. So I guess still favoring MIBR. I guess overall, people still thinking that they could do it. And I think that's fair enough. They were on the T side, getting 8 rounds is pretty good on train.
Yep.
But they kind of ran out of power at the end. I don't know what was going on there. Just it also seemed like some of the rounds were a little bit almost throwaway kind of rounds. Like, let's just run someone into the yard, and that didn't work out. So
yeah, it's gonna be an interesting challenge for Gen.G now moving to the T side. I see Kusta has a P250. This is good. He's a raid boss, no less.
Oh yeah, he's got the armor too.
Yeah.
I mean, even without it, we still accept it.
It's good. It's good. So a P250 and a pistol round it's just shy of double the range.
Yeah.
Of a Glock for a one shot. It's actually got longer range than the USP.
That's true as well. I think you even have like a hidden value to it, which is some of the times the CTs just don't expect it, right? Like that, they're so confident in taking a fight that that they know they have that advantage, and then they just don't. So
yeah, they're expecting the T to try and bundle in somewhere at close range. So if you go for like a 1v1, then you could get caught off guard, which I like to do. Kusa's got a forward spawn as well, so he is going to be fishing for something, I'm sure. Let's see where he goes.
Gonna be running towards the B bomb side at least a little bit early on here. HE on Fallen, which he hasn't really used yet. Could have used it for team main early on, but didn't want to take the gamble. Nice shot, and Som will go down. That was Taco sniping away at that kill. Goes for a secondary fight. Now a little bit exposed, but he'll make it back around the corner, down behind the spindles, and he's got a lot of backup in this bomb site. This round is really not starting out so well for Gen.G, is it?
The ladder that goes to upper B, I feel like if you're on an eco or something, you can elevate yourself above where you stand, basically, with the ladder. So I feel like if you're there with a CZ, or if you're lucky a Taser, or a Mag 7, since it's so cheap now, there's definitely an off angle to be played there if you have cover from the low ground. Psycho, there's no need to engage too much. You can see Kusa fishing for that 1 versus 1.
You could even jump off the ladder and get that speed boost, right? If you feel anxious.
An aerial swing.
Exactly. Bentet sneaking out into the yard. Fallen, I think it's going to be there to probably catch him. A lot of noise being made here. Not really that worried either. Oh, a little bit of a return, Bentet. Is that enough space created? The bomb is down there, and I don't know.
Oh,
Bentet goes down. That was a nice swing, and there's nothing left to be fought for here. Fur with a nice triple in this round to begin with. And that's a real problem for Gen.G. Not even a bomb plant.
Yeah, that's a rough one. Let's see if they spend any money in this round. Might go for a fast AK play in the next one and try to charge the A bomb site. And I wonder if MIBR will read as such once they realize that it is pure Glocks in this round. So I imagine most teams will go towards B, try and play those numbers to plant the bomb. They'll be doing that quietly, minimal warning.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. You can get lucky in the speed bomb side, right? Just if you dink the player that's playing that, Taco's playing far back, so now you might even definitely get it.
Though. We had Fur who was in connector, but Fallen made his way over as well. He's waiting for that early AWP, just P2000 for him. First been taken out, rifle can be collected. Taco's running for the bomb plant, going for the planter rather than the cover. Now we've got a 2 versus 3 and things are getting weird, but they can quickly turn around with Som alone. Taken out from the back, rifles will be collected as the bomb is defused. We're good to go.
So, a bit more expensive than it needed to be, but I'm not sure if they're going to be that worried. Bomb plant, though, is great news for Gen.G. They're going to be super excited about that. Actually, it does make a pretty big difference in this upcoming round, whether or not they have the $800 bonuses. You will be able to tell from the grenades. So, 10-7. Things really just working out well for MIBR once again here. I mean, remember they set off that 8-1 round lead in the beginning by winning the pistol, and then, I mean, they just kept going after that, only really dropping, a little bit. It took a lot for Gen.G to get back in the game at all. Double up right off the bat as well.
Taco moving to the high ground with one of those two AWPs. Spots ahead, doesn't go for the double zoom. Confident, clean headshot is great to see. Falls away very early. They'll switch positions entirely. In fact, he'll go for the rifle and give the AWP to Gen.G. So a dramatic difference. Maybe a spawn play for MIBR. Now, what is the response from Gen.G?
Look at Kusta trying to jump to make sound to try and get someone to peek while Bentet's holding it. It's a relatively, simple play, but cool if it works.
I like how confident Mayan is. Gives no footsteps up. Didn't hear any response to that pop flash coming in. So there's no guarantee that someone is in here. Som's creeping Ivy, gets taken out by Fallen, playing the off angles. So now what? You have 1 minute, you're 3 versus 5, and you're not through any choke point. What is the play?
I don't even know if there is one at this point in time. This seems so far-fetched. They, as you said, they've not even really made any kind of a progress. Kusta going to be trying to set up here with a smoke, but I don't think that's going to make any difference in terms of forcing any rotations or anything. I'm guessing they're going to end up at the B bomb site, but Taco and Gen.G are both in here. And they should be able to at least do some damage as they try and get in through this approach. 25 seconds. Grenade is going to be pretty good right on top of Kusta, but they still get the kill. And Gen.G with a miss there. That is at least going to allow for a bomb plant. Bentet sneaking up closer. There's no one there to punish the kill. If he can get it on Gen.G, that's a free kill. Unbelievable. Back in a 3-on-3.
That changes everything. Gen.G had no right to win this round, but things have turned around quite significantly. Automatic. Doesn't take the bait on that occasion. He knows the play could go upper, and indeed they're forced to fall back now. They've been outmaneuvered on the B bomb site. I think Gen.G was really unlucky. I think that oil train absorbed all the power of that AWP shot. I don't think it connected at all, but it looked like it was dead on. And Gen.G have robbed a round from MIBR. They had one smoke, they threw it towards Ivy to suggest it was an A play, but they made so many footsteps going towards B, like the information was there for MIBR. I don't know how they lost that round.
I honestly don't know either. What weapon did he have an MP9 Taco?
I don't know.
I think
no, he had an M4. He got the AWP shot upper, then switched with Gen.G.
All right, fair play.
M4.
I was confused about both of them being that far back as well, because with the amount of time that was left, you felt like maybe hiding on the bomb site itself could be interesting. That's a 5-on-3 win for Gen.G. That's what they needed. Bringing them back in the game in a big way. MIBR spending what little money they had to try and rebuy some of those rifles. They're in trouble. Actually, both teams are economically. So a lot could be decided in this particular round. Gen.G could almost bounce back and tie the scoreline here if they can get it done. Fallen and Gen.G, and actually Taco playing over at Ivy. That's a big change.
Kusta's got to be careful here. Indeed, it is a big change. Taco was last seen with the AWP, went for a deep peek. And part of the reason he was so far back, I think, in the previous round is because he had to go back there to switch weapons with Gen.G. They never bothered to go close B again. Gen.G now on the low ground. This is a strange setup. Taco halfway up Ivy with the MP9, taking one for the team in that respect. But Gen.G importantly have possession of main. So they have what you want, at least, in terms of this choke point before you charge into the site. Very uncomfortable to not even have information if there's a CT there or not, but the grades start to rain in towards A for Gen.G. Who's quietly down in the ladder room, and there's Som taking main out very quickly. Som has been very important in this series so far.
He has, and for that exact reason, what a perfect shot to come out. First sticking up behind them, but they're really close range. I think he would have loved to have picked up one as a surprise kill there. Fallen will get one shot with the AWP, misses a chance, but Taco was there to try and save the day. Coming out of Ivy with the MP9. Gen.G getting caught on the ladder, and he's down immediately. 18 seconds now, and the bomb, it's still being picked up right as we speak. Bit of a long-range fight for Fallen. He'll win it with the Krieg, but it puts him down at just 14 health. And against Automatic, I wonder if they know if he's going to be using the Glock or that AWP, but Fallen's in a lot of trouble here.
He's got a Krieg though, which means he's in a little less trouble. But he needs to find the position. Someone's going to clip that and say he's cheating for sure. Automatic creeping out now, gets him off the bomb, but he can't escape. I told you, Anders. He had the Krieg, man. He had the Krieg.
You did warn us, James.
Stopping power.
I can't even believe it. I actually thought he was going to hold it down all the way. He wins that one. What a save from Fallen. What a tremendous difference. This would have been Gen.G right back in the game.
I'm not sure if Automatic fired a shot there.
I don't think he did, and I couldn't even tell you why.
Yeah, that was a strange one. There is the rare time you sometimes press Q before you shoot. I've done it a few times. So maybe that was a thing, who knows. But he's found himself another AWP, a hero AWP Automatic, and he needs to be the hero in this round because this is where things might start to turn ugly for Gen.G otherwise.
I mean, they've won one of these rounds already that they really shouldn't have, the 5-on-3. This trying to show themselves, and the Creed will win the fight. That's Som again with another big opening. Oh, nice shot from Gen.G. No oil train to stop the bullet this time, and what a swing. Automatic going down. He did not have any armor either. Nice round out of her, and the grenades are going to be chasing down Daps. That, again, barely recovered round, but a good round nonetheless. MIBR 2 versus 4, and they should not be able to lose this one.
Fallen, no fear, goes straight back to the duel. Confident as MIBR move to 12. Gen.G so close. Automatic's got to be triggered by whatever happened there. I can only imagine he was dead on. I don't know why the gun didn't fire, but here they are. They've only got one round from this half so far. It's almost looking like a mirror with different colors if you look at the round win at the top.
Oh, yeah. We're building something very similar, the worst possible pattern in some way for Gen.G, right?
Yeah.
Getting a 2-round loss bonus, then losing a round, then getting another couple. They have money in this round, but not on every one. And Som getting stopped. Furcock right through the smoke and takes him out. Fallen jumping down, and he did see the fall. And he's not even going to wait for Bentet to touch the ground again. I think he was just trying to shoulder peek that mid-air, but still went down. Fallen is so aggressive right now. On top of the train, he could easily be shot at the back end. Automatic is going to oblige in a second. He wants more than just the one kill. Looking for the double, and yeah, quick turnaround here. He's not realizing there's someone up at the high ground yet.
Mayan is activated, leaving Automatic alone now in a 1 versus 3. Knows where one is, but he can't swing fast enough. That's a really nice shot from Gen.G. Looks like the king is here. Fallen 17 for 9 now. He thrives in those situations, running up and down the ladder and just going crazy.
Yeah.
Begging for engagements. 5 rounds from 6 for MIBR on their CT side so far, including the pistol. They've won both pistols, it's worth mentioning, and the consecutive round as well. Deagles for Gen.G with a smoke, no flash for the likes of Gen.G. So how will they get these Deagles to work? Some teams are pretty good at like dancing around in A main. Did Gusta just get tagged by? I don't know if that was a shot or a grenade, but either way, some teams are good at getting the CTs to engage in narrow channels where they've got a better shot at getting a 1 deag.
Yeah.
But there's more anarchy in what we're seeing here from Gen.G. A lot of damage, but no frags really, apart from Fallen being taken out.
Just got to notice as well, that was another entry for Som, even though it didn't really mean anything. I think that's like the 3rd or 4th round in a row where he's the one doing it for the T side. So even if he's got 12 kills, which is, you know, towards the bottom of the scoreboard for his team, I think like 3 or 4 of those kills are
impact frag.
Yeah, really important kills. 14 to 8. 22 kills on Gen.G though. That is, well, a big part of the reason.
Yeah, MIBR going from strength to strength now. Another run. They had a nice run on the start of the first half. The same can be said for the second. Is this, though, where Gen.G turned things around? They've got a good buy, lots of grenades, 4 Kriegs out with the AWP. Automatic has a good spawn. He could peek connector or try to, well, rather try to catch somebody crossing. He's got the flash to peek connector, because the CTs always get there first. So if he doesn't get that flash, he can't really peek unless he's on a suicide mission. Taco alone now towards Ivy. Gen.G looks like he wants to peek up a B. There's no one to challenge him just yet, though.
If he goes to this peak a little wider, Gen.G, and gets the information that nobody's here, I mean, him and Fallen are both hanging around now. They're going to be executing out into that A-yard. Fallen trying to get back there really quickly. Fur going down. Mayan with a nice return, but they're going to fall anyway. The A defense wiped out for the minute. Fallen getting here, maybe a little bit late, but he's still going to be able to kill. And that smoke is his friend right now. Just a wall to his left. He's going to miss the opportunity, and now it's going to fade, and that makes it really, really tricky. Nice flick onto automatic. It's so enjoyable watching Fallen when he's in this mood.
Yeah, and again, there's the lead as well, where he can take these risks and just be in playground mode. Just jumping around, doing whatever he wants. So Gen.G have got their second round on the board. There is money for the CT side. It's not perfect though. Taco's got 7k, but Gen.G's got less than 3, so they're going to play the more conservative route MIBR and pick out the Deagles with the odd grenade. They can buy in the very next round, I'm sure. So we'll see what Gen.G's approach is and how they identify what situation the side is in. Kusa trying to limit his swing as he has reinforcements in lad up. But there's no positioning just there from MIBR. They had a two-man push in Ivy, which they come back from. And now comes the burst into A from Gen.G.
And with only the pistols on the other side, they should be fine. This is the kind of defense that's only going to work if you get some of the really early headshots before they even really get out into the yard. Man, incredibly long fingers to be picking up that AK-47, but he's got nowhere to hide it, and they're going to show up. Take him down. I don't know if he thought he had already got the kill there. Looked like he stopped shooting. Regardless, yeah,
sucks.
It is never a good time. So 10-14. It's a very slim chance, I feel like, that Gen.G could bring this back, but it's definitely doable.
Yeah, they're creeping back. I mean, at this point, MIBR have a bye every other round they lose. So it's like, it's a 4-round lead, but unless something goes terribly wrong, really it's a 2-round lead. If Gen.G can win the right rounds, being the next one.
Kusta leading the board right now for Gen.G at 19 kills, which is great.
Give Kusta the ult, man.
Let him do it.
Yeah, give it a go. There's many roles Automatic can play. I just want to see. I'm not even saying there's anything wrong with him AWPing, although some people would like to see him in a different role. But again, Kusa definitely grew into the AWPing and found his personality. But now on this team, we don't get to see it, which is a shame. Maybe we will one day, but that's just a it's a personal thing. If they find success, it doesn't matter how they do it. But here they do indeed trail by 4. A big round for Gen.G. This is a must-win. Every one round now should be worth 2.
Yes.
Nice way to look at it.
Though that double AWP, I mean, Fallen and K&G were the 2 players to get MIBR started in this train match, so that's going to be hard to break through, I think. Some limited grenades at the very least on the MIBR side. See what Gen.G could do. Not speeding it up out into the yard this time. A little bit slowed down by the smokes, obviously, as well. We're going to start to fall back towards B.
Are we going to see a boost, or are we going to a boost or a burst? That's the question. Looks like it's going to be a burst. Bentet somehow makes it to the bomb site itself, but his teammates being slaughtered in the meantime. He can't find Mayan in time. And there just aren't enough frags here for Gen.G. Bentet in a 1 versus 3. We know he's capable, but on train, it's so difficult. Well, there's a good start. Looking for the train fraggers. We've got a creep, he's got cover.
Even getting shot in the toes like that is not fun. Grenade, it's a follow it up, and he's out in the open. Fur will take him down. Man, it's rare to see someone run that far into the A-bomb site and not find anyone. That's so ridiculous.
That is crazy, losing 2 of his teammates in the meantime. Didn't quite find Mayan on the bomb train itself. And that puts MIBR on match point. There have been some hairy moments, but here they are with a 5-round lead. Looking to make it 6 and finish it off in that fashion. Gen.G on the buy once again, though. The rifles are out. They've got enough grenades, but this is last chance to loot.
It is, and they're going to try and see if they can get Kuster out, see if he can do some work here with the AK-47. He's pretty quick to get there. The smoke, I mean, they're going to be paranoid, if nothing else, that someone might be out in the yard. No way for them to check it at the moment, but they should be aware. K&G going down, Automatic with a nice opening frag, and that's going to give a lot of space for Kuster to work with right now. MP9 down there at the bottom of Ivy for Fallen, and that's a fight that he's not going to be able to win in spite of the flashbang. That was not going to work out in his favor. 5 versus 3, and Gen.G, good start here. And look at Bentet clearing the B-bomb site.
Mayan in a strong position to get 1 kill at the very least, and indeed Bentet continues to lurk. Automatic has been dropped, and now we've got a 3 versus 2. The advantage is slipping away. Neither player sees through sandwich. Mayan creeping now. Oh, Dap's got a grenade in his hand, and there's the bomb lost. That is absolutely brutal.
Not a lot of health, though, and he goes down through the smoke. Good timing here, but they know where Fur is, and he's only got 2 health left. 45 seconds. It's obviously possible here. Timing is everything. Fur gonna jump straight up. What a madman. Oh, the grenade. It actually doesn't even hit him at all. I can't believe it. What is he thinking?
He's wild, but the fact he's so rabid will buy himself some time for the rotation. Kusta fears where he could be, and that allows Fur to completely reset now. Coming in from old bomb, and it kind of is a guessing game again. Rock, paper, scissors, or paper, rock, whichever you prefer. Fur surely has the advantage now. There's no way Kusa can be towards B. I'm sure he's thinking. He has the right read, and with the time on the clock, Kusa's got to go to the bomb plant. Oh my god, he's just about clutched it.
Out of control. Triple kill for Kuster in the round, though. 22-16. A very cool performance coming out from Kusta. I thought I mean, that could have gone wrong so many different ways. There was about 14 seconds on the clock when they went for that engagement. So Kusta would have also eventually would have had to just, you know, gone for the bomb plant or something. What a way to win a round.
So there we go. 1 round is worth 2 because the money still isn't there for Gen.G. In theory, at least. But it's a dangerous round. We've got scouts, we've got CZs, we got all kinds of dangerous pistols for MIBR. I also realized, let's say paper, rock, scissors in alphabetical order. So, you know, there's an argument for it. Gen.G and Taco running away. There are some really strong anti-eco HE grenades, which we saw much earlier in this game towards that B bomb site, which can be devastating if you're expecting that kind of push. But here we go. Problems.
What if you played with someone who says rock, paper, scissors, and you say it the other way? Will that give you like a psychological advantage? Like
I think so,
they don't know what's going on?
It's confusing.
Like you trick them into...
Oh no, not like this, surely.
Oh no.
3 versus 5 versus an eco. It's a half buy.
We are completely discounting them, and maybe we shouldn't have been.
There's no Kevlar.
No, they should be winning this one, even at this point in time. Automatically this close to the Mac 10. He goes down to Taco. Oh no, Daps and Bentet, though, and Bentet up there with the Molotov. That should actually pretty much be a sure way to win the round here. As long as he doesn't peek it, they should be fine. Even with this kill, if it comes through, yeah, it's not going to matter. There's the Molotov landing on top, and there's no kit, no smokes to block it off, and that's just going to be so much time off that bomb. So, incredibly scary round, but it'll go the way of Gen.G in spite of their best efforts to try and throw it away.
Yeah. A bunch of pistols and a scout. That was difficult. It was hard to watch, but they survived it. So again, as we said, it's not guaranteed, and we saw an example of that. 3 rounds now. MIBR will have another buy, or will they? No. They won't.
They stole the Krieg.
Yeah, they did steal the Krieg. So you can see Bentet tried to take some weapons out of the hands late, but he wasn't able to do that. So the round gets even more dangerous than the last one.
They're on, what, 4 out of 5 of the last rounds here. Gen.G, so that's at least a stat to look for. Could be something. Nice shot. Automatic, taking down Mayan.
Credit to the flashbang as well. Mayan was completely blind, tried to jump in, not the fashion he did. He jumped in the worst way possible because of the flash, so they're making good use of that, at least in the late game here, Gen.G. Now, where is the Krieg? The Scout is somewhere on 8. They don't know where the Krieg is. KNG is pushing Ivy as well. Proactive MIBR, they've got nothing to lose in this round, apart from the Krieg, really. Gen.G are bunching up, though, which is fantastic to see. They've got flashes, they've got smokes for some of the choke points, and they have 2 Molotovs, so the back of the sidewalk train can be one of them.
If Taco can get a kill and fall back, then they actually have a lot of people inside of the bomb site with KNG flanking. But if it just goes down, I don't think the amount of people inside of the bomb site will matter at all. Oh. There was the big chance, and they didn't get it. Now he has to go back and try and see if he can take the fight. Big kill from Taco. But again, coming in from the high ground here, Scout's going to be holding it. Nice flick from Fallen. He was already soft from Taco doing the damage. And Fur trying to stop the bomb, and he will. Oh no, KNG with a flanker. That's the game. 16-12. What a gut-wrenching way to lose if you're Gen.G.
Yeah. They should be for free. They should be, but sometimes they aren't.
Yeah.
Sometimes, well, they gave their opponent a lot of time when they had no map control to flank.
That's true.
They had the information. They had a stack on the B bomb site with KNG on the flank. They got nothing to lose by gambling their MIBR, but everything to gain. They take it with an eco, 2-1.
Yeah.
On train.
Unbelievable. We'll see all of you at the blind spot coming up right after the break. So stay tuned, and we'll be right there.
I'm off to find my drone.